Hello everybody, welcome back to 10 Minute Reviews. I'm Jason. This crazy fuzzy one right here is Freya. She may or may not make an appearance. She's stretching right now. Stretchy puppy. And we're bringing you today's video. As always guys, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. We're a small little family channel. Me, the fuzzy one, the wife. Love to read, love to talk about books, and we would appreciate any support you guys might want to give us. So like, subscribe, follow, whatever app you are watching this video on, we would definitely appreciate it. Otherwise, check the links down below. If there are any, couple of the apps we post these on, don't let us put links. They'll have the links to today's book, to anything else that is applicable. Through our Amazon affiliate program, we need some traffic through there, so it would help us out as well if you guys at least check out the book through there. And thank you to our patrons, by the way. Otherwise, I'm going to get right into today's book. So I'm not going to do my usual 4 categories thing because I've covered this series already, and in fact, I think I've covered everything this author's written. This is rapidly turning into one of my favorite authors within this particular genre. I guess you'd call it lit RPG, definitely lit RPG. In this particular genre, this is probably one of my top 4 favorite authors. Just an absolute blast. This is one of those authors that I will read everything they come out with the second it comes out, as soon as I'm aware it comes out, rather. So I want to talk about Macronomicon and his book Bent and Twisted, which is book 3 in his newest series. Now, from how he describes it in the afterword, there will be a book 4 that is actually going to wrap things up, is actually going to end things, which I think is pretty cool. I don't like open-ended series. I don't like the forever series. I like to know that there's an actual end point, because when you start to actually like and care about the characters, you kind of want to know what ends up happening. Yes, you want to keep reading about them over time, but really you'd like to know what happens. It's so frustrating when you never get to know what happens with the characters. So we are back with Calvin Gadsden, something along those lines, the wannabe Wizard King. And if you read the other 2 books, which I hope you have, you know he was trapped in this filter that he was using to actually increase his power and increase his following in a way. He had all these legendary warriors and legendary wizards, but they were stuck. Whereas Calvin was able to figure out a way out. And the way the book ended in book 2, once he fought his way out, he was basically almost like the promised one of this local cult. So Calvin now wants to use what he's gained to finally further his plans in becoming this great Wizard King. So through a few misadventures here and there, which are pretty damn funny, he manages to gain at least a small little plot of land in a way. He already has notoriety. He had notoriety by really not even a quarter of the way through book 2. A lot of notoriety as the Wasp, as a general, as a wizard, and just as kind of a weirdo as well. One of the things that I really like about this particular book is that Calvin is very much written as autistic, and it's actually mentioned in either book 1 or book 2. So he's definitely he's high functioning autistic, but he's definitely autistic. And as someone that is autistic, I actually really appreciate it when the authors are able to put the mindset of an autistic person, because there's so many things about how we think that we hide. You learn to hide it very quickly, and some of it, Calvin's definitely learning to hide. But there's some things that we're just constantly confused by, just don't understand, or just are flat unable to do, or unable to help ourselves, because our brains just work differently, and it's just how your brain works, and it's written very well. Neurotypical people have difficulty understanding the neurodivergent, because a lot of it is behavioral, or things we see, things that we see but we don't quite understand or are unable to do. And it sounds easy of just well, just do this, but it's kind of like, can you just tell your brain to see blue as yellow? Like anything that's blue, just look at it and now you see it as yellow. No, you can't, because that's just how your brain works. And Macronomicon actually really writes his Calvin character really well, as far as just not quite getting the neurotypical people and how they say, why they say things, how they do things. But outside of that, he continues to gain power, continues to gain allies, loses a few allies as well. Some of the people he helped weren't going to follow him to death. He helped them get out of this filter, and now they're off to do their own thing because they've been trapped for a long time. They don't necessarily see Calvin as that great. Yeah, he got them out of something. They couldn't get him out get themselves out of. But outside of that, that doesn't necessarily mean they need to follow him forever. So, but he manages to keep a few, and to keep a few loyalists. Plus, he's got his friends, plus his women that he grew up with or had gained through other means. Primarily just two of them, and of course his chain spirits, which are pretty funny. Nadia is an absolute riot, and just overall, guys, it is an absolute blast. The book is so much fun. This is such a fun series. But he manages to get this little bit of nobility through his actions, and he's going to use that to expand out and build out his wizard empire as he continues to learn. Now, in a lot of ways, between book 2 and book 3, Calvin went to God mode. He really did. His magic that he used in the first couple books was cool, and of course he added some twists to it, some slants and changes to it to expand it, to learn from it, to figure out new ways of doing things. And he continues to do that, but his powers have greatly increased. Plus he has this Elliot person in his head that is obviously from the past. It would be closer to the future for us, because it's definitely high technology, computers, all of this stuff. But just imagine humanity in 2,000 years, and we've managed to go interstellar, and then we managed to create something like the system. That's pretty much where this Elliot person comes in, and we actually get introduced to a little bit more of that in this book as well. We come across, say, satellites and people that are just in charge of basically monitoring a planet. We get discussions about battle fleets, galactic battle fleets, system battle fleets, sector battle fleets, things along those lines. Admirals and generals running space battleships, quantum communication. Very interesting. Very, it's cool. Just little stuff. Primarily, everything's pretty much occurring with Calvin on Calvin's planet, as he's turning into wasps and turning into other things, and as his powers continue to grow and he gets more abilities, with Elliot helping him kind of rewrite his system, kind of tweaking the system. Elliot is basically his up, down, left, right, start, stop, kind of, or select, start, cheat code. That's what Elliot is. Elliot is his cheat code. And, of course, he's got some ulterior motives as well, and we kind of almost, in a way, get a resolution up to a point of that as well. We don't lose the Elliot Calvin dynamic, but we do get a little bit of a resolution of kind of the backstabbing and underlying plots, twists, and turns that Elliot is trying to do, that Nadia is trying to do, that Kayla, Ella, that everyone's trying to, everyone's got their own little things going on. We start to get some resolutions on those, and then we get but that also leads to some pretty major changes that occur. And when book 3 ends, I gotta say, when book 3 ends, I am absolutely dying for book 4. Especially because the author puts in there that book 4 is going to be the last one. It's going to be the end. He's gonna finish everything up. But man, the way he ends it just leaves me just dying for more. Most of the plots up to this point ended. He doesn't necessarily leave you on a cliffhanger per se, but God, I want to know what's next. And it's kind of painful to me that it could be, book may not come out till next year. Who knows? Or the year after. Who knows? It'll come out when it comes out. Macronomicon writes as fast as he can, and I appreciate that the quality has remained fantastic. So guys, after you guys hit the like and subscribe buttons, go check out Macronomicon and check out Bent and Twisted. If you've already read the other two, you've got to read book 3. Just absolutely fantastic. Thank you everybody for watching. We'll catch you next time.